Sometimes don't you wish you could flap away like a bird? Now that's a flesh wound. Smart foe would leave now. Gee! You can make so many amazing things out of wood scrap. What will you make today? That's even better. Close. These mountains really lack color. becoming turnip. Knuckle duckle. The Gnoat pen. Noko never leaves this place. She's always put the living things first. Let's see. The air is thinner in the mountains. Nooks isn't an easy language, but at least it's manageable. She says she is so happy to see you again. She wonders if you remember her. She's Noko. She let you ride her Mjut when you were a kid. Noko remembers you used to chase around with so much energy and is glad to see you haven't lost any of that spark. But that's all long gone now, though. Memories show us where we've been, not where we're going. Believes everyone needs direction in this broken world. Your only hope is that you'll end up in a good place once all this is over. Noko remembers those days too, but she never lets herself wallow in them, no matter how tempting that can be. She sees you're back to buck with Lupa Lupin. Can't see how there's any way to avoid that now. Not for long, at least. She says the horrors of your younger days were enough to ruin anyone, but not you. You've got all that cheer about you still. Noko says history is like the trail you've been on. You can walk back down it any time you like, until it's worn smooth. But you get to blaze your own trail from here. Then you are stronger than her. She can't help wanting Lupa Lupin to pay for what he did to her Gnoats, despite the fact it's against her nature.
That's so bright!
Seriously, you like the shine?
You just don't want anyone to get a good look at you.
Dark is stylish.
Lie to yourself all you like, darling.
Asks how many paths you've wandered in the world, and if you ever wonder about what might have changed if you'd taken different ones. You can't do everything you want, can't go everywhere, can't see everything, only what you can. So happy the world is going to live, would have been crushed to see all the Gnoats die with it.
Sana jode.
Likes that you stood up for the world and spurred your way toward helping it out.
Domale tuku.
Glad you saw the light with the myriad. They always bring a sparkliness to any day, and sometimes the nights do.
Asil natu masama.
They're just so shiny, makes her smile to think about them.
Domale tuku.
But let's not speak of that now.
Kodo tuku.
She has an idea where the Mjut might have gone, as there's no other place it likes as much as its own corner of the open wild. She's even named it the Mjut Meadow.
Kamonu tukonda. Kanyala no toro.
The Mjut will recognize the scent you've attracted while being here, so it'll probably trust you enough to follow you.
Anora kababom.
You should lead the Mjut back here when you find it. It's going to take time to get it calm enough to be able to ride out to the World Eater.
Pala.
She can't be sure. You'll have to wait and see. What's that? You found the Mjut Meadow. Watch out for the Mjut. Right where it comes. Freezy froze. Personal. Energy on top. Knuckle duckle. Shivery. Wow. Energy augmented. The day almost makes you want to smile.
Kanoruta, inadabsunka?
Now that the Mjut is back in the pen, it seems calm, but Noko is still concerned.
Saturutu.
She says the Mjut is still anxious, but fortunately she knows just the thing it needs to calm down.
Drumblene marsamongunundu. Kanamunta.
The Mjut once found and ate a bonbon gummy by mistake, and that the chewing really calmed it down.
Pialtuma. Drumblene marsamongunundu.
She says that you should find some bonbon gummies for the Mjut by the crossway. At least, that's where she found some last time.
Minalagi mamuru. Asana yotpa.
It's easy to describe. A crossway is where roads meet in a knot and merge. This one is in Sector 7J, if you're familiar with Out-of-Date's map. You're fading. Frosty. Bruised. What a blow! Chop chop! You've been working out.
تبقى يقرب دابا برجع كلف كلفة بس يعني فرودا
A bargain. A crossway. This means you have a choice to make. Which way? Looks like the control box handles need to be wheeled to buzz the wire. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Wired up and ready to go. Step back, world. Nice pants. Locked. Heroes inspire in a way nothing else can. Want I got to time it right to make them work. Left, right, left, right. Pumping good. Looking better. Guess you still want more than that. Will the dawn never come? That's the way to move. Someone locked it solid. You shouldn't be surprised if you stumble on... That's a motored blind box dispenser. These auto markets were quite popular in the long gone for those who had coin left for fun. Cranks like these usually need to be... What you see is what you get. Once it's out of the blind box, that is. Flick the switches in order to green-light the current and activate the electrons in the panel. Good. The loop is electrified enough to spark. The story will go on as long as there is someone there to listen. That made it all worth it. Ah, that wood scrap seems like it would be perfect for your plans. Look at those notices on the board. Too bad the Gnoats couldn't read them. If you wander around here, you might find Noko. She just loves those Gnoats. Once the power ran out, it made sense to ride Gnoats, and that tradition continued through the years. Powered types of transportation polluted the world, but didn't poop in the street. Obviously, they didn't have their priorities right in those days. Watch your...
Bromblene marsamon.
With its attention diverted to the chewy bonbon gummy, the Mjut calms down. But Noko is still concerned.
Ferena masalapo, narolote.
She's relieved the Mjut has calmed down, but you'll need a heavier sit-tight to ride it than the one she's got.
Monibasa.
The only sit-tight she can think of that would be heavy enough is one she's spotted mounted on an old-world Mekamjut.
Beri asadurutu.
If she remembers correctly, she spotted it at the Smilo shopperia while scavenging for treats for the Gnoats. That's not so far away.
Kanamunt, monibasa, puri kumbalamua.
Seems the old world had plenty to offer, and all in one place for those obsessed with material things. Almost too much, if you ask her. It's a long way down from the top of the mountains. Good for whatever ails you. Maxed out on energy. Flying fists. Always good to have some wood scrap like that on hand. Don't know what that e-waste was. tapped hard. Middle-lifed. Close encounter. Good hit. You might want to fall back. Ready for battle again. A Smilo shopperia. Guess shopping here put a smile on your face. Almost too easy. Just a few moves left. Make them count. As the eye box broadcasts, it's hit or miss, but when it does hit, it's usually right in the fields. Locked up tight. At least being underground keeps you out of the weather. Sure useful. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. At least you got something for your trouble. What a bonus. Now hold on, sit tight. Isn't that the Mekamjut over there? You need to loosen the bolts without rattling the Mekamjut. Just a few moves left. Make them count. That's it. The sit-tight is loose. Time to stop horsing around and get the sit-tight back to Nocco. Fists of Fury.
Ora sadurut, kanamunt, sadurutu.
Now that the Mjut's got a mouthful of Bon Gummy and the brand new sit-tight is in place, the Mjut is ready to ride.
Kanorota, amun.
Nocco's been training another fantabulous little critter that'll hopefully become a distraction for the Hoof Puff when you confront it.
Anora kapapum. Inyavaldo, amun.
She's called them Glittermoths. And
Kala.
you'll find Mito at Bright Light. He's a light-headed fellow, but hopefully he'll remember where he stored the moths.
Anora kapapum.
They're small airborne. Smackdown. Yes, some e-waste for you. This place is called Bright Light. Mito lives close by. Let's see. Even the grass is shorter. With the world getting darker by the day, there's not much time left to save it. And even though you've just met, he feels you're bound to play a huge part in that. Claims to be a simple lamp maker, bringing light into the world as best. You found your way through the darkness. Hopes you see how much good you can do with power like that, and how easy it... No matter where your path takes you, though, it's important to remember where you Says he can see that in the way you brighten everything. So happy you know you're helping brighten the world. There's plenty of it that's still worth... Whatever happens to the world, you shone as bright. Says you did the right thing in taking up with the Myriad. They buy lots of his lamps. That's a tribe that believes in the bright things in the world. It's clear you do. Nothing. Says he can see by the twinkle in your eyes that you're not here to talk about your allies. He assumes you are here to be enlightened. There's something about you, like you're knit together. He senses you're like the dayfly, living every day like it's your last, afraid that when night comes, it believes no one is entire. Mito says he's not only into those who shine bright, he likes... He reckons you haven't seen a Glittermoth, and says it's about time you did, even though that... Finding yourself a Glittermoth would give you that glimmer of hope you need to continue all the way to the end. Glows with delight at your bright passion. It's getting lighter out. Who needs a weapon? Made it count. Glittermoth Cave is right here. The dark is almost over.
Tukonda.
That's enough glittermoths to make her plan work.
Asana Yotpa.
She wants you to stop worrying about the paths you've ridden and focus on the inevitable road ahead, the one that leads to confrontation with the World Eater.
Monibasa Anoraka Babon.
The Hoof Puff is evidence of the duality of evolution, utterly beautiful and grotesque at the same time.
Masama.
She means that the Hoof Puff has had more time to eat at the root as it's been isolated in the Knoopstonies mountains.
Asadurutu. Berry?
So, based on that alone, she reckons it has suffered as much damage as the northwest root that's hidden beneath the surf.
Masama Gala. Andro? Kanamunta.
The rocky ridges have been called the Knoopstonies around here for us. Hopes your custom is worthwhile. Would be disappointed. Bagged that. Done and done. It's time to create your own path. Don't let anything go to waste. See that e-waste? You could use that for sure. Days wasting. Get to work while you can. You don't see many old shops like that anymore. Might still be something worth poking around for. That's sure to be useful. As long as it does the job.